Hey, what's going on? You know what it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. So, you know, yesterday, basically the footage released, which we knew all this was coming. We knew the footage was coming, and then in all likelihood, we knew body cam was coming. So we seen the body cam with Shakari Richardson and what happened. And I'm gonna tell you right now, she a horrible person, and she's a coward. And to be honest with you, Christian Coleman at this point, if he elects to stay with her, whatever happens beyond this point is on him. I don't want to hear nothing. At the end of the day, the fact that basically she tried to lie to the cops, and basically she basically tried to pull a Nino Brown. Oh, this bigger than me. Oh, if I go down, I'm taking you down, with me. And based off the fact that she just assumed that he snitched on her. Then she was talking about, I ain't messing with him and all this kind of stuff. And then she was trying to play dumb. And then the sole purpose of the situation is that dude tried to make it look like before we even seen any footage. Oh, I don't think she should have been arrested and all that kind of stuff. Please. They would have arrested anybody after what she did. She punched him, she pushed him, she was causing a whole bunch of ruckus. I'm surprised she didn't get hit with a disturbing the peace charge. And then you got people trying to downplay it. You got the black feminists basically trying to make it look like this ain't a big deal, and oh, this isn't the same. If a man bitch, it is the same. And stop fronting. Shakari Richardson is just a horrible person, and that's just the bottom line. She not cool. Christian Coleman need to get the hell away from her. He need to just leave that alone, because at the end of the day, she was willing to sacrifice him as well as not being woman enough to just take accountability. It was her. It was all on her. Now, for the people that was trying to find a way to say, oh, well, she probably went through his phone. You never heard her mention anything about finding out something in his phone. That was another kappa, another excuse that you had a lot of sorry ass niggas and bitches trying to use as an excuse. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Y'all the problem too. At the end of the day, you ain't finna get no pussy. So stop simping. Stop trying to play Captain Saberhole, because at the end of the day, you still gonna come out on the losing end. She's still gonna go for the, you know what I'm saying? The G dude. She's still gonna go for the, you know what I'm saying, the Pookie or the Tyrone. So it was just disturbing to see that footage. It was disturbing to see her not taking accountability, playing dumb, acting like she did nothing wrong. She is delusional, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, the only reason why she really issued any kind of statement or apology, because she was pressured from some of her sponsors. She was pressured from Nike, and at the end of the day, this is why sometimes, you know, you get kind of frustrated. To me, Nike should cut her off. They cut Manny Pacquiao off for what he said. They cut Kyrie Irving off. So I'm just keeping it a buck. But it's always a double standard when it pertains to this. This ain't made mainstream media, and I heard Ticket talk about this earlier today on his platform, and this is exactly why dudes like me, you know, don't feel nothing when you hear about what happened with, Diddy. You seen the footage and all this kind of stuff. Now everybody is appalled about what they saw Diddy do and all this kind of stuff. But yet here's a woman savagely attacking another man. Nobody gives a flying fuck, really. You got people trying to talk around this. And I say once again to you goofy ass women that's sitting up here trying to condone what Shakari Richardson did. How would you feel if that was your son? How would you feel if that was your brother? How would you feel if that was your cousin? So as long as you stand by the sister code or the female code, it's all good. Okay. Says a lot about your character. You know, says a lot about you. It says a lot about how you think as a person. And I mean, she's sitting up there She's sitting up there. And then the sad part about it was she assumed that, she assumed that Christian Coleman snitched on her when actually he didn't. And they kept telling her, nah, he didn't say nothing. They was like, you on camera. They got cameras all over the airport. And when I say they got cameras everywhere at the airport, of all places, a public setting like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, in some states, depending on what was said, she also could be looking at making terrorist threats. They don't play about stuff like that. So I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. The fact that she just assumed that it was him. And they said, nah, we got you on camera. He didn't say nothing. Then she sitting up there calling for help. Christian, and the police like, well, there ain't nothing he could do. We all saw what you did. Now I noticed this story didn't get a segment did about it on ESPN. I done seen them have a panel talking about this. She's an athlete. This is sports related. They had something to say about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Now all of a sudden they ain't got nothing to say about this because they want to play these games. And this is why society as a whole is fucked up, because women don't get held accountable. Ray Rice's NFL career was pretty much destroyed. They made sure he never played for an NFL team ever again after what happened. Even though the lady hit him first and she spit on him, never mind that. Never mind that. And then the funny part about it was you had Stephen A. Smith at one time when you had basically the fake Sha'Carri Richardson apologist talking about, well, he must have did something for her to snap. Like, no, they just cannot fathom that it was all on her, which it was. Now, keep in mind when Stephen A. Smith talked about, well, we need to ask ourselves what role is women playing in provoking these situations. I'm talking about they tried to run him off of they tried to run him off of ESPN. Michelle Beadle led a charge to try to get him fired. I mean, she was trying to get him fired. He had to come back and issue an apology. But like I said, you ain't seen CNN talk about this. You ain't seen none of the mainstream media talk about this. Because at the end of the day, you know why? Because the black man is the victim. And the funny thing is, if you look at some of the statistics, they say black men are the leaders in domestic violence being committed against them. And guess by who? But then here it is, we always hearing about, oh, protect black women and all this kind of stuff. Well, who's protecting black men? Who's protecting us? Where's our protection? Where is our protection? Hold on, I'll wait. I wish I had I wish I could do some special effects because you would hear the cricket sound. But yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Crickets. There is no protection for us. It is open season on black men, and at the end of the day, once again, we are the only ones. We are the only ones that's not allowed to defend ourselves, protect ourselves. We just have to sit up there and take it. Let everybody disrespect you. Turn the other cheek, be the bigger person. Why we always got to turn the other cheek? Nobody turns the other cheek when it pertains to us. At the end of the day, I'm seeing less and less respect. Being directed towards black men. People are constantly disrespect. People that you didn't even think 20 years ago would have tried to run up on us and try to disrespect us as disrespecting black men. But then again, this is what happens when you're raised by a single black woman that think she is a better man than you are. So, with that being said, somebody has to say this. This is just real talk. But yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson, good Lord. She showed exactly who she is. She showed that she ain't about nothing. And like I said before, the best thing that Christian Coleman could do is distance himself from, just move on. Just move on. It's best that y'all separate based off the fact that she was willing to take you down with her. Oh, I got proof. I got proof. Just flat out lied. She was willing to lie on him. And I don't believe for one second that he abusing her. The way she was fighting him, and I can tell you right now, this ain't the first time that has happened. She the type of person, she'll continue to hit you, put her hands on you, attack you, run up on you, and then you may push back, and then she'll say, you hit me. You seen this stuff on a regular basis. You seeing this at a rapid pace where you're just seeing a lot of violence towards men, and in particularly black men, via the hands of black women. So yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson, trash. Somebody got to say it. Anyway, it's your boy Town. I'm out.